Energy Matters, sponsored by New Jersey Policy Institute. I'm your host, Jeanette Hoffman. Thanks for joining us. As we kick off the Made in America series, we're here on location in Paulsboro, New Jersey, from the ExxonMobil Lubricant Plant, which is the third largest lubricant plant in the entire world. We're talking to the region's stakeholders and decision makers about why this facility is so critical to our economy, the workforce, and the greater community. Now let's get started with Energy Matters Made in America. I'm here with Raul Sanchez, manager of the ExxonMobil Paulsboro Lubricant Plant. Raul, thank you so much for having us here today at your facility. Before we talk about you and your background, tell us a little bit more about ExxonMobil and what you manufacture here at this plant.
Sure. ExxonMobil is one of the world's largest energy companies exploring for oil and gas. We take those molecules into thousands of essential products society relies on every day. From there, we manufacture hundreds of automotive and industrial lubricant formulations supporting engines, drivetrains, transmissions for passenger vehicles, agriculture, and some industrial equipment. Iconic brands such as Mobil 1 and Mobil Delvac are manufactured and packaged right here, directly supporting customers and markets around the world.
Well, so how did you get started working here? And how has your experience here at ExxonMobil shaped your life, either personally or professionally?
So, good question. Most of my career has been in the lubricants business, with roughly half of that in some form of operations. Professionally, working here has shaped how I lead, teaching the importance of teamwork, accountability, and continuous improvement in fast-paced manufacturing. On a personal level, the experience has been just as impactful. Being part of a plant that people rely on, both employees and customers, creates a strong sense of responsibility and pride. I've seen firsthand how the work we do supports families, builds careers, and contributes to the local community.
Well, now I also have to ask you, what about F1, the Red Bull racing team, and of course, Max Verstappen?
That's super exciting. F1 is a combination of amazing drivers like Max and superior technology. The Mobil 1 team uses innovative fuels and lubricants pioneered at our research and development laboratories right here in New Jersey.
That's exciting, but I also want to talk about this plant being a great example of made in America manufacturing. What does it mean to you and your workforce, your team, to have products made right here in New Jersey that are shipped all across the country and all around the world?
Producing these products here in New Jersey means a great deal. The plant represents the very best of made in America manufacturing. Highly skilled people, advanced technology, and a deep sense of pride in what we do every day. Our team knows that the products we manufacture here don't just stay local. They power vehicles, industries, and economies across the country and around the world. For our workforce, it creates a strong connection between their work and its impact. They see firsthand that protecting our people and protecting our brand go hand in hand when your name and your community are attached to every product that leaves this facility. That pride and sense of purpose is what drives our people to compete to win every day.
So last question, for our viewers, people at home may not realize how technologically advanced modern manufacturing facilities such as this one truly are. So how does advanced manufacturing and innovation at the Paulsboro plant help keep American industry competitive and support high-skilled jobs right here in the Garden State?
Sure. Modern technology today looks very different than it did even a day ago, and especially for the Paulsboro Lubricant Plant. We leverage cutting-edge technology, automation, robotics, advanced process controls, and data-driven decision-making to improve quality, increase efficiency, and respond faster to our customers' needs. Just as important, our workforce is trained to operate, maintain, and continuously improve sophisticated systems, which means we're developing capabilities in engineering, digital systems, process optimization, and maintenance. By combining advanced technology with highly skilled workforce, we're strengthening American industry, investing in our local economy, and ensuring that New Jersey remains a place where world-class manufacturing thrives.
Well, we look forward to learning so much more about this facility and Made in America technology. Thank you, Raul, so much for having us here today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm here with Assemblywoman Heather Simmons, who represents New Jersey's 3rd legislative district, which includes Paulsboro and this facility right here. Assemblywoman, thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure to be back in this facility again.
Well, you also have another job that sort of ties into this facility. You are Vice President of Career and Technical Education and Workforce Development at Rowan College of South Jersey. So tell me a little bit about that job and how your role as both a legislator and educator intersects with advanced manufacturer operators right here at ExxonMobil?
Well, so the intersection of those two roles really is one word, and that word is workforce. In the legislature, our role really is to make New Jersey more affordable, more competitive, and more attractive to employers like ExxonMobil Lube to want to grow higher and stay here. As an educator, my role is to make sure that our students are prepared on a pathway to a good paying job and a career where they can become a reliable workforce for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And this segment is called Made in America. This plant is the third largest lubricant plant in the world, and it's right here in New Jersey. And all these lubricants are made in America, and we're very proud of it. So it's a great thing that we can talk about it today. And I wanted to bring up a story about your father-in-law, who actually played a big role in the development of Mobil 1, the world's best-selling synthetic motor oil. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so when we look behind us, Mobil 1 is one of the boxes that we see here. So my father-in-law, Anthony Silvestri, grew up in Gloucester, the son of Italian immigrants, and he actually failed first grade because he couldn't speak English yet. And his first job as a teenager was sweeping floors across the street in what is now Paulsboro Refinery in the warehouse. So this facility and the one across the street were where a lot of the kids worked as teenagers, and a lot of people spent the breadth of their career in jobs where they raised families and planted roots in this community. So when he graduated high school, he received a scholarship, became the first person in his family to go to college, and became a research chemist at Mobil Oil, what was then Mobil Oil, and was part of the research team that holds the patent on Mobil 1. And I really think his story is emblematic of South Jersey and this place. Yeah, people with grit and talent and opportunity made possible by employers like ExxonMobil.
And I know we talked a little bit before about energy affordability and really a quality of life and affordability of everything now in New Jersey is so important to so many people. As a legislator, how do you see this facility itself fitting in with that idea of energy affordability?
Well, for the everyday taxpayer, energy affordability feels like the utility bill.
Yeah.
But for employers like ExxonMobil, it's about investment in New Jersey. And ExxonMobil has been located in New Jersey in a lot of different capacities for well over 100 years. And that investment adds to the affordability of energy here, because you're manufacturing here, you're creating jobs, you're innovating here. And that investment really helps us make New Jersey more affordable.
Yeah, and this Paulsboro plant specifically, it supports a wide network of contractors, small businesses, suppliers. Can you talk about the ripple effect that advanced manufacturers have in a community like South Jersey?
Yeah, so advanced manufacturing facilities like this create opportunities for direct employment. At the college, my role is to help provide training so that those people can get into good paying jobs and create a career and raise a family. The ripple effect of that is that there are jobs that are created around those opportunities. Some of them also in the energy and manufacturing field, but others of them in the community itself. People here have to fill their gas tank, they buy food, they purchase their homes, they put their kids through schools. So those investments become multiplied over and over again.
Yeah, and facilities like this, as I said, that's a real example of made in America manufacturing happening right here in South Jersey. Why is it important for New Jersey to continue supporting domestic manufacturing and supply chains, especially in industries tied to energy, transportation, and technology?
Energy becomes more affordable when we generate it here.
Yeah.
Advanced manufacturing products that are manufactured here, that are distributed here, that are owned here, aren't subject to the vagaries that are happening around the world. When it's happening in New Jersey, New Jerseyans have control. The employers that are located here can help make New Jersey affordable. The role that we have in the legislature is to help to continue making New Jersey more attractive to businesses like yours that want to do their manufacturing here, because New Jersey is a logistics state. You can easily distribute from here, you can easily receive product here, and our workforce is well trained. What New Jersey can do better is to reduce the regulations and the barriers that often prevent companies from wanting to invest here long term.
Yeah, and so as a legislator and a workforce development leader at Rowan College, what policies do you think lawmakers should prioritize to help advanced manufacturers grow, invest, and create jobs here?
Well, our new governor, Mikey Sherrill, is really a good example of what we can do to invest in energy and in manufacturing in New Jersey. And that is, we need to be reducing regulations. We need to be stabilizing things like the corporate business tax. We need to be talking about education and reducing barriers to education so that everyday New Jerseyans, like my father-in-law, can be sitting in a classroom and see a pathway toward their future that's accessible to them.
Yes, and you work with those students every single day, so we thank you for that and the important role that you play in workforce development, as well as the role as a South Jersey legislator in the state assembly. So
thank you for having me here today. I've spent a lot of time in this facility over the years working with students from Rowan University, and I think some of them are involved in our production today, so I'm thrilled to see that.
Yes.
Doing some research here, working here in the plant, and also involved in some research and development. This is one of the most highly technical plants of its kind in the country, on the planet actually.
Yeah.
And so we're really privileged to have this right here, and the jobs that are created here support real families in not only the lives that they build for themselves, but in creating opportunities for innovation.
Well, we thank you so much for your support and for coming on the show today, and hope you'll come back soon.
Thank you.
I'm here with Dr. Dan Jurman, Executive Director of the United Way of Gloucester County. Dan, thank you so much for being here today.
I am excited to be with you. This is going to be a great opportunity to talk about what we're up to in the community.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Tell me about your priorities for the United Way for 2026.
Well, this is going to be a big year for us. For the first time in almost 70 years of our operation, we are dramatically changing our strategy in Gloucester County. We have just launched United for Children, which is a collaborative initiative focused on eliminating child poverty in Gloucester County, with a specific focus on the three communities that have the highest child poverty rates: Paulsboro, the Paulsboro
Right.
area, which we're sitting in right now, Gloucester, and Woodbury. And so we are working with partners from the private sector, businesses, the Chamber of Commerce, our universities and colleges in Gloucester County, which we're very blessed to have, and with the nonprofit sector and our government agencies to all work together to figure out how to stabilize families of young children who are struggling with poverty and build a pipeline from the cradle to post-secondary completion for those kids, whether that's an apprenticeship, a 2-year degree, or a 4-year degree, helping them get to a place where we've broken the cycle of poverty for those families. And so we're initially going to be targeting young families where we have parents who are working but still not above the poverty line, who we can connect to great living wage jobs here in Gloucester County. And we're sitting in one of those places that has for a very long time provided wonderful quality of life and living wage jobs for its employees.
Well, those are tremendous initiatives. And speaking of industry, Gloucester County has always been a significant industrial hub and a key driver of the regional economy here in South Jersey. So what role do you see industry leaders like ExxonMobil playing with nonprofits and charities and local initiatives like the ones you just announced?
Yeah, well, ExxonMobil has been a huge financial contributor to the United Way of Gloucester County for decades, going all the way back to when it was just Mobil.
Yes, right, way back when.
There's been a long history of this company and this loop plant being supportive of our annual campaign, helping us meet basic needs for so many families that are struggling. And so in addition to that, now we're taking it into an even more strategic place where we're going to be asking the questions: what are the hard to fill jobs here at ExxonMobil? What are the qualifications that we need to help families get to parents get to be able to apply for those jobs and have a chance to be a part of this wonderful company? So we're really looking at digging down and building real coordination in a system that's usually very siloed. In our nonprofit sector, if you do food insecurity, that's kind of what you focus on.
Right.
We're thinking of, how do you change that so that we're also bringing the housing partner into that conversation, the business that might hire the parents so they can afford a Habitat house someday instead of a bad apartment, and getting everybody to work together. And so we see a future where ExxonMobil, especially for this Paulsboro area, is a key partner in helping us connect parents to great jobs.
And it sounds very comprehensive what you're working on.
Yes. Yeah, it's, there are so many services and wonderful nonprofits and government programs here in Gloucester County. The challenge is so many people don't know about all of them. It's really hard for any person to know of all the offerings that are here. What we really want to do as the United Way, because United is right in the title, we want to bring it all together and make it very easy for families to navigate by helping the whole system work together more closely. That way we can wrap care around families and bring them whatever they need, whether that's mental health support, whether it's childcare, or whether it's help finding out what resources are available for post-secondary support. So all of that coming together around a family for each stage of their life is what we're looking to build.
That sounds great. I also wanted to talk about one of the local programs that you worked on with one of your partners to help lower energy bills for local families. What did that experience reveal about the scale of the problem related to today's energy prices?
Oh my gosh, we had people so crowded into the Gloucester Public Library because it was such a huge need.
Yeah.
This was a new partnership between us, South Jersey Gas, Atlantic City Electric. They brought other partners in as well. We had healthcare there. And we were looking at all the different ways, again, that we could collaborate to help these families with different emergent needs that they had. But there were so many people trying to get in that we are now going to do another one very soon.
Wow.
And we're looking at Woodbury now because we're trying to track our services, these events, to where we see the most people who are in danger of having their utilities shut off. And we know now that in addition to our utility costs, now, of course, our gasoline costs have gone up quite a bit too. And I'm sure transportation is going to be another big piece of what we do. One of the things that we've been the lead on in Gloucester County for quite a while now is the Pureland East-West Shuttle, which is one of the few east to west public transportation vehicles available in Gloucester County. So much is north-south. And the Pureland East-West Shuttle serves about 40,000 plus riders a day with free rides. And 70% of those people that are taking advantage of that are taking advantage of it for their employment. And
That's
so
incredible.
Helping people kind of get past some of those gas bills right now is going to be an important piece. But those utility costs as well, it's just been huge, the strain that's put on families, including families that are not below the poverty line, but are maybe one bad day away from their budget falling apart. They can't take another hit. And it seems like the hits keep coming right now.
Yeah, energy has certainly become a critical issue. I also wanted to talk to you about another important issue that United Way supports, and that's education. You support many education initiatives in the area. And with the region's deep manufacturing workforce and established educational programs through institutions like Rowan University, which I know you work closely with them, do you believe those pathways will help continue long-term stable careers?
I do, and I think it starts young, right? I mean, I find that, especially having done anti-poverty work for decades in my career, that children have ceilings put over them fairly early, and if they don't see that something's possible for them, they can't believe it. And so the younger we go, and the more consistent we stay with support. And that support means all the way through to first-generation college students, because we know that statistically so many first-generation college students drop out pretty early.
Yeah.
Most of them don't say they're dropping out. They say they're taking a break, usually because they need to help their families financially, or they were the child care for their family and now their family is struggling without them. But they say they're taking a break, but statistically we know they don't go back.
Yeah.
So looking at how do we support those students from pre-K, and we financially support pre-K and child care centers here in Gloucester County, all the way through to post-secondary completion, not just access, because getting the scholarship is not enough. It's how do we support you and support your family back home So you never get that phone call that says, hey, we need you back. Because if we and our partners can help keep that together while they're at college, we can prevent that thing that so often short circuits our first gen college students. So we're looking at all of that, and how do we invest, and then how do we leverage our investment to bring other funders, like the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, who's been a big part of this United for Children initiative. They've helped us get up to over $250,000 of new investment on top of our normal grant making into United for Children. And so our ability to bring in other funders, because they can see that we are being comprehensive when we talk about education, when we talk about workforce development, and how it all fits together to help the family get to a place of sustainability.
Yeah, and it all does fit together, whether you're talking about education, energy, groceries.
Yeah.
You know, we go back to energy policy all the time in New Jersey. It's become such a big issue.
Yeah.
Our new governor, Governor Sherrill, supports an all of the above energy policy that includes natural gas, nuclear, renewables, to balance the supply and demand issues that have really caused prices to spike over the past year.
Yeah.
Would you agree that policymakers should recognize the companies manufacturing here in Paulsboro? We call it Made in America. That's the theme of this segment.
Yeah.
And they are vital to this all of the above policy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I drove here today in a hybrid, and it's not a plug-in hybrid. It's a gasoline hybrid. And I'm really grateful that I drive it, especially right now, but it's the perfect blend of what I need. The technology in the batteries combined with the gas range it kind of is a representation of the fact that we can't just go all to one thing right now, that it has to be an all of the above strategy.
Exactly.
And we have to keep, of course, moving towards a place of being responsible in how we do that. But we can't just leap from something that's been so integral to everything, from how you heat your house to driving your car, transportation, air travel, and then leap to something else that's untested and that isn't ready yet for that kind of infrastructure to be in place. And so I agree with Governor Sherrill, and I'm grateful that we have resources like the ExxonMobil Lubricants Plant here in our community, because it highlights that the fact that so many needs are being met right here.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dan, for coming on the show today and talking about all that you're doing for families in Gloucester County and beyond with the United Way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That does it for today of this very special episode of Energy Matters Made in America. I'm Jeanette Hoffman. Thanks for watching.